If you're intrigued by the idea of investing in fine art, but have found the high price tags and exclusivity of the art market intimidating, Masterworks offers a unique way to own shares in iconic artworks without buying an entire piece yourself. Since its launch, Masterworks has facilitated over $700 million in investments, featuring renowned artists like Banksy, Yayoi Kusama, Jean-Michel Basquiat, and Andy Warhol. By allowing investors to buy fractional shares in blue-chip art, the platform opens the door to a historically inaccessible asset class. One of the biggest appeals of Masterworks is diversification. Art tends to have little correlation with the stock market, so adding it to your portfolio can help spread risk across different types of assets. However, it's important to recognize that investing in art carries its own set of risks and complexities. Unlike stocks or bonds, art's value is subjective and influenced by trends, tastes, and market demand, making it harder to predict future returns. There's also the risk of damage, theft, or forgery. Though, Masterworks mitigates these by storing artwork in climate-controlled, secure facilities and ensuring all pieces. Getting started with Masterworks is a bit more involved than with typical investment platforms. You need to request an invitation, provide details about your financial situation, and then schedule a call with a Masterworks advisor who can guide you through your first investment. While the minimum investment per artwork is generally $15,000, advisors can lower this threshold depending on your portfolio size and goals, often recommending that art investments make up about 5% of your total portfolio spread across multiple pieces. When it comes to fees, Masterworks' structure is more complex and higher than many traditional investments. There's an annual management fee of 1.5%, which is charged in the form of equity dilution rather than out of pocket. Additionally, there's a one-time expense allocation fee of about 10% embedded in the offering price, covering costs like shipping, insurance, and taxes. Finally, when a piece sells, Masterworks takes 20% of the profits. These fees can significantly impact your net returns, so it's crucial to understand them fully before investing. Liquidity is another important consideration. While you can buy shares during an offering's initial sale and trade them later on Masterworks' secondary market, these investments are generally best viewed as long-term commitments, typically 3 to 10 years. Because the art market isn't as liquid as stocks, selling shares quickly or at a desired price can be challenging. Tax treatment of art investments through Masterworks differs from stocks and bonds. Gains are taxed at collectible rates, capped at 28%, which may be higher than long-term capital gains taxes on traditional assets. Consulting a tax professional is advisable to understand how this applies to your personal situation. Masterworks also provides access to licensed financial advisors who offer personalized recommendations based on your portfolio size, income, and risk tolerance. These advisors have a fiduciary duty to act in your best interest and do not earn commissions on your investments, which adds a layer of trust and guidance to the process. While Masterworks is a legitimate platform offering a novel way to invest in art, it's not without drawbacks. The fee structure can be confusing and costly, and the minimum investment amounts may be prohibitive for smaller investors. Additionally, the lack of transparency on the website means prospective investors often need to engage directly with the company to get detailed information. In summary, if you have a well-established investment portfolio, a healthy risk tolerance, and some extra capital to diversify into alternative assets, Masterworks can be an intriguing way to add fine art to your holdings. However, you should consider speaking with an expert before making any decisions. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, make sure you give this video a super thanks by clicking on the heart icon to help support the channel. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.